welcome to Slide Media, y'all. This is my review on Stargirl Season 2, Episode 13. This right here was the finale, and man, I like to say this was definitely a good finale, a good ending of Stargirl. I loved it. I enjoyed it a whole lot. Just like I enjoyed Titans, you check my video on here when I talk about Titans season finale, how much I loved it. I love Stargirl's season finale even better. I love the action and everything in there, like the action scenes on Stargirl, I had to say, are real good, real epic. I like it really showed everybody reached to their potential in this episode finale. How everything is set up a lot of Easter eggs of what's coming for next season as well. So I pretty much loved it. Didn't feel like it was rushed. Didn't feel like the pace was off. Like everything fit like I was supposed to. Really, I was really glued to the whole time, glued to the finale from start to finish. I really loved and enjoyed it. Eclipso was definitely a very very good villain. Had you suspense like from start to finish. Like he definitely was like one of the toughest villains I've seen in the CW universe. Like Stargirl is definitely like probably the best show right now on the CW right now. Like the Flash, like I said, I've talked about the Flash. The Flash like to me is gonna fell off after season 3. I'll see what this Armageddon is like, but probably won't be doing no reviews on the Flash since the last season. I might do like I did with Black Lightning one episode. Yeah, see I did on about Black Lightning. I might do one episode on the Flash if it's something that's good, if it leads to something to a spinoff or something like that. But other than that, like I'm not pretty much gonna do reviews on the Flash and anything like that. But Stargirl, like definitely good. I will be doing reviews next season for sure on Stargirl. I loved it. I definitely enjoyed it. But start off like the episode starts off kind of where it left off. We see the young Bruce, and let me talk about the actor that plays Bruce, the young kid. I think he's like 7, 8 years old or so. He did a phenomenal job as Bruce. Like he definitely did, especially that episode with him and Beth were going at it like that. That was just epic right there. But yeah, dude does a definitely good job. He does a good job playing young Bruce. But to get back on that, start back talking about the episode, the young Bruce, he talks to Dr. Midnight and Beth and saying like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get you, what I'm saying, and all that and everything. He said, oh, I'm gonna get your friends to come. I want the Shadowlands and the dark and the world to come together so it could be darkness everywhere and everything. So we got, what I'm saying. So we begin to see that, long story short with that, he traps her parents. He traps Beth's parents in in an area where like in a world where they keep on seeing Beth argue about them getting divorced, just traps them in there just to pretty much to kill them and everything, along with Dr. Midnight having them trapped in there. Then we see Cindy. Then we go back. We see Cindy. Who is it? Cindy, Yolanda, aka Wildcat, along with Stargirl as well, and Pat, Courtney, aka Stargirl, and Pat as well. Looking forward to fight. And Jenny is trying to warn Courtney's mom and tells her like, oh yeah, Eclipto's, his thing is to like, oh, make Stargirl go dark to be dark, because if she embraces her darkness, then he can control and take over, have all the power, because she's the only one filled with light, pretty much. That's what Stargirl is. But he's like, but she tries to warn them, but it's too late because they're already gone off and walked. Then we flash forward, we see Mike and Takeem. They're waiting for Thunderbolt to come back. And remember, he told them he wanted some Chinese food. But of course, he wasn't specific. He said Chinese food. Thunderbolt went all the way to China to get some food. So this episode probably lasts about 2 days. So it's over a day or so. He's been all the way in China getting some Chinese food. So, and they're trying to fix. Oh my goodness, I can't forgot the name of the machine. I have been in the comments. Anybody watching my review, I forgot the name of the machine they call it. But they Mike, pretty much Pat does his way of trying to keep Mike and them away from the battle by saying, oh, the machine's messed up. The mechanics say it needs an engine part. And of course, it's at nighttime, so everybody knows when mechanic stores, everything's closed. So you can't really get no parts at nighttime anyway. So he did it on purpose. That way, that way Mike wasn't able to use the machine. That's why Pat did that, so Takeem can stay away. But of course, Takeem had Thunderbolt, and all he had to wish said, as soon as nick time, Thunderbolt comes back with the Chinese food, and Takeem is like, oh, Thunderbolt, I wish you had a engine part to fix the machine. And of course he does, like I said, and of course like he does, and that's how it works. So that's how he gets that machine to work. So at first in the battle, I flash forward to where they're fighting there in the battle. Stargirl and Cindy are teaming to take down Eclipto, because Eclipto reaches from being young Bruce back to his full form. And he has Cindy fight Cindy as a little girl, because about what happened to him about that haunts her past. Then he has Pat fight himself as a younger Pat, which is kind of very fun to be a little almost him fighting Pat. And then also Courtney, she's just She's just fighting a lot. She's just fighting pretty much him, running Eclipto. But of course, Dr. Midnight comes and tell Pat it's not real, just to make you see things. And he, Dr. Midnight uses his glasses to help him see things, help, Pat see things. Pat see, I should say, the real thing. Also, as well, then that's when Dr. Midnight comes away, Sydney sees just a dream. It's just a dream, and then the Eclipto leaves. He pushes all them back, and that's when he leaves and he goes out down the street to try to fight and get all of them. But also, we see Rick come in as well. Rick, he's trying to fix the hourglass and everything, and he doesn't fix it all this episode at all. So I don't know if maybe walking the next season he fixed the hourglass. I don't know if some different kind of way can he fix it. So we don't know, but he doesn't have the hourglass, but he still decides, hey, I'm gonna come out there and fight. He comes out there and fights and goes at Eclipto, but this time he has his buddy Solomon Grundy comes out there and fights him. But before that, when he gets Solomon Grundy out there to fight him, also when they got the machine, oh my God, Stripes. That's the name. When Mike has Stripes, he knocks out the he knocks out Eclipto with Stripes, and then he takes him down. Then he takes him down. Then to King. Then that's the scene. Rick comes in. Make it right. That's when Rick comes in with Solomon Grundy. He tells him to leave Takeem alone. And Takeem sees like, oh, Mike is out with when Stripes goes out, the engine part, discombobulate, pretty much discombobulate and all that again and all that because Eclipto knocks Stripes out. And then while he's fighting while Solomon Grundy is fighting Eclipto, then that's when Katine wishes Thunderbolt will come in. That's when Thunderbolt comes in and helps out as well. But Eclipto takes both of them down. And then that's when Pat comes in as well. And then he grabs these almost, breaks, trying to break Eclipto trying to break Pat's arm in half. That's when Pat comes in. All of them are down. And then Stargirl comes in. Stargirl's like Courtney is like saying no, and that's why Eclipto says, "Embrace your darkness. I'll break his arm off if you don't tell me that you hate me. Say you hate me, and not I'll cut his arm off." And that's when Courtney says, "Yes, I hate you." And then that's when he gets inside her, and then that's when he goes full. That's when he goes full form dark. That's when she goes full grown dark, and that's exactly what he wanted. That's exactly what he wanted and everything. And then I got this. I have to talk about that. Like I said, I don't think I explained that scene perfectly, but this is all the main parts of that action piece and all that. It was a lot to take in. But I'm trying to make this video, quick, short, and sweet, as possible to get straight to the nitty-gritty parts. Then we also see somebody knock at the door before Jenny and Barbara are finna go out. We all see somebody knock at the door. And of course, I predicted this. I said that it's Starman. I knew Starman, aka Sylvester, would come back like during the finale because we haven't seen him actually, remember since the first episode, and that's been 2 or 3 months ago. And I said, I guess they're waiting to bring him up in the first, in the very last episode because he was out of state still looking for him and everything. So I figured, okay, he'll come back in the last episode maybe or so because this, it's not going by months, of course, on the TV show. It's going by, days and weeks or so. So I figure by that time he finally has gotten back to Pat and seen where Pat has moved to. And also, Sylvester, aka Starman, will be a series regular for next season. So I can't wait. I love the actor that plays him as well. So I'm interested to see how that's gonna work. How that will work. How he's gonna help. How good we help out Courtney. So, but he will be back as a series regular for season 3. So I can't wait. But we see. So of course that's him. And then right when Klepto has the staff and everything, like he's gonna go powerful. That's when Starman grabs the staff. He tells him like, "Hey, fight!" Like tells him fight it, kid. Tells Courtney to fight it. He tries to get in her head, explains a lot of stuff to her. A lot of epic scenes when he even explains stuff to her. He went back to saying, "Oh, you are wanted by your father." It just makes her feel more dark, and she goes back in time and looks at happy scenes, happy parts. With her friends, thinks about her peace, the people she liked, and then that's how she's able to fight off Eclipto. That's exactly how she's able to fight off Eclipto, and Eclipto comes out, and then. That's also we get Artemis along with Tigress and Sportsmaster both come in when Eclipto is knocked down and cold. They come back and hit him too as well when he's knocked that cold after he pretty much loses the power from Stargirl. We see Tigress, Sportsmaster, and Artemis come in and fight and take him down and beat him up. which of course I predict that too as well. Y'all have written the comment. I said on the phone call that probably is Sydney probably calling her Artemis. I'm like, who else would she be calling? I figured that probably was Artemis. Because remember Artemis did survive. She didn't get pushed away or nothing like that when he Klepto came out from like that part. She didn't get stuck in the Shadowlands or nothing like that. So I figured like, okay, yeah, like that's probably who she was on the phone with. And it was. And then right before like then they said he's about toast, and then that's when Jenny and all them come in and they're saying let's finish this guy off, and then that's when Stargirl uses her staff, and then Jenny uses her Green Lantern powers, and then Takeem wishes, hey, I wish this guy was toast. And Eclecto literally gets burnt in toast. Everybody's like, what we gonna do with him? He's toast. I'm like, maybe you can eat him? I don't know, but what we gonna, his kids, where they gonna put him at or something like that, knowing that he's toast. I don't know if they're gonna keep Eclecto around, because like I said, he was a good villain, but they're gonna stash him somewhere or something like that. But I don't know, it'll be like necessarily that would be like a third time he comes back. I don't know, so I don't know, but he was toast. Like I said, Takeem has to be more Pacific, of course, when you talking about Starman. So I mean, not was talking about Starman. I mean Thunderbolt. He has to be more Pacific when he talks to Thunder about what he wants and everything. So of course he has to learn that a lot next season. How to be more Pacific, how to use of course how to use Thunderbolt. But that's funny. He said, "Oh, I wish this guy was toast." And he pretty much was toast. But yeah, so it's funny. So then we get to pretty much the ending, of course, of what's happening, what's going on. And that's when we find out that Starman said he's gonna stay here for a while. And Courtney's wondering, did he come back and get the staff? What did he come back for? He said, I don't know about all that or anything. So, we don't know about any of that yet. Then also, because of like a lot of scenes that were going to ending, just proper ending. Also, too, as well, we get the hint at Cameron. His grandparents are telling about his dad about Icicle, so he will learn about his powers about becoming Icicle. I don't know if he's gonna start off as a villain or a hero first, something like that. We don't know yet. Might have a feeling this. Maybe they might tell him that Courtney did or whoever killed his father. And maybe he'll start off as a villain. And I think by the end of season 3, maybe he'll become a hero. Because we all see there's another villain coming as well for next season. But I wonder maybe that's might will happen with Cameron. So that's one thing we got, because that little scene of that of his parents showing him his powers and about them being icicles. So we'll see how that goes. Then also we see the gang and the team go the other ways. Beth has something to deal with her parents. Her parents are actually excited or happy that that she's a superhero. Also, I forgot the Shade did come back as well. I'm also forgetting the Shade is not dead. He's come back. It's so funny. He actually saves Beth's parents with the along with and her parents are very excited about it. And Dr. Midnight as well saves Dr. Midnight as well. And it's just the Shade is funny. He's actually one of my favorite characters on the show. I might say next to you'll be surprised about this. Next to probably maybe Cindy, I probably would say that's probably my another favorite character. I'm just so much of a sucker for anti-heroes and villains and all that. So Shade probably was one of my favorite characters I liked this season too. He's a fun character that got introduced. It's so funny how he just the a-hole about it. So yeah, well I kind of came back to save your parents too as well. It was all like an act, part of a show. It was in the theater. That's why I did that. Fake my death in the theater. How you like it? So it just that's funny too as well. So very funny. I forgot the Shade is back. I'll talk about what the Shade will be doing, because Shade will be back too as a series regular next season. So I'm loving that everybody's gonna be back next season as well. So and like they will need all the help they can get. So, but the Shade comes back as well. Also with the Shade, might as well continue to talk about the Shade. Another scene we see with Rick is burying Solomon Grundy because he was killed by a klepto. And long story short, the Shade tells him, "Oh, I'm not going nowhere. I'm sticking around. I'm staying." And you just buried Solomon Grundy in the right spot. He's a zombie, so he can come back alive. And he was telling him that he can come back alive. You buried in the right spot. He said. And that's when Rick said, "Are you leaving? You're gonna tell me that before you ready to leave and all?" He said, "Who says I'm leaving? I might stay. I actually like being here with you guys. I'm gonna stick around." So, like I said, very, so very entertained with the Shade. I just had to bring it up and talk about the Shade. But like I said, Beth's going back with her parents. Her parents are happy. She's a superhero. They're embracing them to stay together because they're enjoying it. Also, Jenny has decided to leave and go back to go search for her brother and all that. We'll talk about later about where she was at when she looked for her brother the first time. Then also as well, Dr. Midnight, Beth does tell Dr. Midnight that he has a 10-year-old son, and she knows exactly where his wife is at, so he gets the proper ending, happy ending. Hopefully Dr. Midnight does come back next season as well, hopefully to see him, but they're kind of writing him off right now as like he'll be with his daughter. I mean, not his daughter, be with his wife and her son, and their son, not her son, but be with his wife and his son, be with them and all that, because Beth tells him where they are and where they're located at. Also, also as well, we see with Yolanda. Yolanda's side, she is back on the team. She does want to stay, and Yolanda also as well grants in the Cindy. Cindy says she wants to be part of JSA, which is going to be very interesting, which leads to a lot of stuff I'll talk about in this video about what's lead to a Stargirl as well. But she says she wants to be part of JSA, so we'll see about that with Yolanda and Cindy. Also, as well, I forgot about during the battle scene when Cindy was like, Bumble, we got to kill, Courtney, you have to kill the host. That's the only way, you get rid of it, Klepto, kill the host. And like, nah, it's another way. And I guess maybe that's how they felt develop that bond when Yolanda told Cindy, it's definitely another way. We don't have to kill her. It's another way to do it besides killing her. We're going to do something different than what the JSA did. So, but she's supposed to be a part, but she's trying to be part of JSA, Sydney. So we'll see how that works. Will she turn on them in the end next season? We don't know. Like I said, a lot of stuff is going on. Is for the last episode, except a lot of Easter eggs, but she wants to be part of JSA. Then also as well, we do find out that Artemis and Tigers, while they're talking while Courtney's talking and Barbara tells Courtney that Starman's not here to take the staff or anything like that. He's here for other reasons. We don't know all that yet. We don't know. They don't know how he survived because Pat said he saw his body and thought he was dead. So, like I said, this leads to a lot of stuff. This has me also thinking that the original JSA, a lot of them are still alive because we got to see Dr. Midnight this season and we got to see Starman this season. So, I wonder a lot of people might be still alive. We might get original Flash. Maybe the original Flash might still be Jay Garrett. Maybe he's still alive and he's around as well. That would be very interesting to see if he's still around and still alive. Or an original Green Lantern as well. But like I said, it's going to set up a lot of stuff for next season. But he'll, like I said, we'll find out next season, how Starman survived, and a.k.a. Sylvester, how is he still alive and everything like that. But they have a talk at the table about that. Then along with that, also with Mike and Takeem both talk about how, with Mike using stripes now, on how to use stripes, and along with Takeem using Thunderbolt, he's trying to learn how to do it, how they can use it, which is going to be very interesting. I'm really going to enjoy this, with Takeem and Mike teaming up together with Thunderbolt and stripes. I wonder if we might have a little one-off episode of just them two teaming up together and all. It'll be very funny, very interesting. Like I said, I like introduction of Takeem's character and of a Thunderbolt. I really do love it. So, but. Also, as well at the table, Mike does say too as well, like, me and Takeem are going to the movies, which I don't believe that. They're probably going to do something with Thunderbolt. Like I said, do a little action pack, do something with him and Thunderbolt and Stripes. But he says where he's going to the movies with Takeem, and then that's where they're talking. Then see knock at the door and they just say, oh, somebody moved in, somebody bought the house next door. And you walk up and and Pat C is Tiger, Sportsmaster, and Artemis, the two new neighbors. And it just it's just funny because remember Sportsmaster was not bad. He was bad, not evil, and he always did actually like Mike. Like Pat. He always did like Pat. That's one thing I saw somebody in the comments when I seen another review. He always did like Pat. He always was friends with Pat. He was very fond of Pat. He always did like him. Even you saw in the earlier episodes this season, he was still always friends and good buddies with Pat. So it kind of, like I said, it makes sense them being neighbors. So this sets up a lot of stuff with them being neighbors away. You just see Courtney's facial reaction as well makes her look like, what the world? Like, and like I said, that's the end of that. Then in the end of the episode, they show that it's Stargirl season 3 we call frenemies. And like I've always been saying this whole time in my reviews, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So, like I said, villains and heroes uniting together. And I'll talk about this starting to come up. I'm gonna talk about why I think they're all teamed up together to take on another big common enemy. But like I said, most of them, Sydney, Artemis, they're bad. They're not evil. So therefore, it's like as right now they try to coincide and get along with each other. Like I said, and I look at it, like I said, Pat and Sportsman's always had a good relationship. He always liked it, Pat. So it's like I said, it's gonna be interesting. A lot of stuff to set up this season. I can't wait. Of course, we can't forget about Cameron. It'll be an icicle. What's that gonna lead to? Like I said, overall, like I said, enemy of my enemy is my friend of me. So pretty much, you have enemies that are now friends and are now allies to one another to take down a common enemy. Which what I'm going to talk about right now, we see Mr. Bones. We see at the youth facility, like I said, it was something I figured was going to be set up maybe at the end of this season, or that might, or said something they might not go back into until next season. So we exactly get to see that Mr. Bones is the guy part of youth facility where Jenny and all of them were looking for her brother and everything. And I figured, like I said, the way they was talking, the way the lady seemed, like how her demeanor and all that, you can tell like, okay, yeah, she a villain, like something's going on. And as Mr. Bones, he talks about, oh, okay, this is where heroes and villains and heroes are living side by side with each other. Okay, all good. Maybe I need to go there and experiment with him, Mr. Bones. Like I said, I'm not familiar about Mr. Bones. I got to read more stuff in the comments. I might do a video and talk about him, what kind of villain he is. I know a lot of people aren't familiar maybe with him as well, but Mr. Bones is a villain in the DC world, so that's who's coming next. He's supposed to be the big bad for season 3, and hopefully he's bigger and badder than the clip though. For everybody to wear the cinema, everybody has to be on the same team and be all together. So he's gonna be the biggest baddest villain ever. And he's voiced by none other than the legendary actor Keith David. If y'all know about Keith David, just look him up. He's done a lot of movies, a lot of guest spots on TV shows as well. I know him well that he was the voice on Gargoyles. Gargoyles. Anybody remember Gargoyles? A cartoon used to come on Toon Disney. I think it's now called Disney DX, but back then everybody remembers Toon Disney. If you're a '90s kid like me, you definitely remember Toon Disney. And Gargoyles used to come on there all the time, and that was actually the most slept on show, man. Gargoyles didn't get enough credit for what it should have been, how dope it's been. They definitely need to remake that Gargoyles. That was pretty dope. But it was voiced by Keith David. So he's the voice of Mr. Bones. So wow, like I can't wait. Looks like it's good. Like I said, like he's gonna be a real menacing villain. Like I said, they said a season 3 title will be titled Frenemies. So like I said, they probably like all have to be allies and all have to trust one another to take down Mr. Bones, because he's gonna be after all of them. He wants blood. He has no allies there in Nebraska. He's gonna want everybody's head. So I can't wait. Like I said, this is Slime Media. If you like any content on super reviews or movie reviews, please hit the subscribe button. My next video probably will come watching Internals on Sunday, because BMF will not be coming on this week. It's taking a week break, so I'm probably definitely gonna do a review on the Internals. That's gonna be next. Probably gonna see that this weekend. And also I might do a review on Mr. Bones, just talk about him, who he is, and what kind of character and how I think he might play in to Stargirl for season 3. Like I said, I don't know if I'll do any videos on Flash. Not kind of Flash is coming up during the middle of this month. But like I said, it's Slime Media. This is my review on Stargirl. Like I said, I enjoyed it. Let me know what y'all think about it. Comments. Y'all like Stargirl finale as well? Did y'all think the pacing was off, or did y'all think it was just right? Like I said, definitely set up a lot of stuff. Does it have you excited for next season like it does for me? So just let me know. This is Slime Media. Y'all have a good day, and I'm out.